I am not against women succeeding. I am not against women working outside the home. That's their choice. But what I am against is a small, elitist group of Northeastern establishment liberals putting down homemakers. Now, the livers love to say that they're dedicated to choice. But if you dare to choose the path of full-time mother, well, there must be something wrong with you. Sister, the cards are stacked against you. When you wake up in the morning, you won't get a job. And if you do, it won't be a good one. And if you get a good one, you won't get promoted. And if you get married, your husband will treat you like a servant. And marriage is just a lot of dirty diapers and dirty dishes. It's ridiculous because women are the primary caregivers in the home. What is going to happen if you push women out into the workforce is that women are going to find themselves with 2 full-time jobs, and they're going to be exhausted and unhappy. Eventually, they decide not to have children at all. Maybe that's the liberationist goal. Their hero is Gloria Steinem, a single, childless woman nearing 40, but she is the sort of miserable, pathetic woman they aspire to be. And perhaps that is why the liberationists are trying to sow these seeds of discontent among we happily married women. They want us to join them in some new sisterhood of frustrated togetherness, because none of them can find a man who wants to marry them.
Wow, if more women thought like that woman, feminism would disappear right now. When women go into the workforce, some NPCs will claim it as an act of rebellion, but in reality, it's the way that women get bitter, sad, depressed, and undesirable in the eyes of men. The age of beautiful families is over because that's what the media and the government and friends want. Let's check some comments. What happens when you push women into the workforce is definitely they end up doing 2 jobs, the home and the job. Also, the government raises their kids. We need to bring back homeschooling. The government has indoctrinated kids with lies. Is she supposed to be the villain? Every word that came out of her mouth was straight facts. Motherhood is the most important job in the world. You're literally raising the future. As a woman, raised 3 children on her own, had full-time job, etc, etc, etc. I appreciated every minute of it. But, due to the fact that men are now devalued, unappreciated, and now insecure about who they are, the woman's workload has tripled. I say appreciate our men, value our men, and teach our men how to become men. If you do that, then there will be a balance. Our men suffer from trauma, stigmatization, and labeling. Oh, and a little secret, they cry too. Our men need help now, show them love, we need them. More men are finally waking up and exercising boundaries, which is a huge blessing. Accepting the breadcrumbs of a chick is very bad. So if she does not like the boundaries, there's the door for her to go out and get another dude. Check this out.
What do you think are some preferences, standards, or boundaries that men have that you think are unfair or unreasonable, or that you take issue with?
I understand what you're saying. Like, you're saying, like, what, like, things that, like...
So there are things that, basically, things that guys like, or preferences, or standards, or boundaries that men have that you disagree with, or you take issue with, or you think are unfair or unreasonable.
I think, like...
And why don't we start with Allison?
Okay. I'm trying to think. The only thing that pops up is like body count, because I know, and that's a perfect segue, but I feel like a lot of guys that have higher body counts want girls with the lowest body count, or like virgins. And I don't understand that.
Well, modernity has tricked women into thinking that they can do what men do better, including the mere act of having rotations of partners. Men with high body counts do not come with tons of baggage, but rather with the experience women desire. As for women, the opposite applies. No wonder why men want virgins.
At all.
Okay. Well,
You're saying you feel like the guys who want the lower body counts are virgins?
No. I'm
The
saying
higher.
the guys who have the highest body counts want the girls with the lowest body counts.
Oh.
because they know.
Because
They
you know.
know.
They know, yeah.
They know what
They know,
happens when chicks get
exactly.
ran through.
Yeah.
Exactly.
dated-
But the thing is, he's been ran through. So
It's
Exactly.
well.
Chicks
So
how is it not the same?
It's
No.
not, it's not really.
How is it not
It's
the
not.
same?
We've discussed this so many
We've discussed this.
Yeah,
ad
we will
nauseam
talk.
on
Many
this
times.
podcast.
we'll talk about it, but I just want to let everybody answer. So, do you want to go ahead
I really
into the microphone, please?
can you repeat like
Yeah,
can you kind
that's
of like
fine. I got you.
summarize?
So, what do you
second
think?
time, great.
What do you think are some preferences, standards, or boundaries that men have that you think are unfair or unreasonable, or that you take
Oh.
issue with?
Okay.
The type of girl with no critical thinking skills.
Can you skip me?
We'll come back to you.
Okay, I think like guys being like very possessive, it's like they like show to their like homeboys or whatever, like, oh look, like she's mine. But I think like being like super possessive is almost like a huge turn off, because it's like you have like, you know, control of this like woman, when like no, you don't. Honestly, she has her own mind, she can do her own thing, and like possessing that, or like keeping like her accountable, and like maybe like, I don't know. It feels suffocating, and I don't think
You
that
must
it's
hate
right.
Andrew Tate.
I
We
hate
should.
Andrew.
We're gonna watch.
I feel like-
we'll pull up.
Andrew.
Yeah, this will be
like
good.
so-
This will be a good
I feel
time.
like that was a statement
I
kind of
really
like
hate him.
with trauma behind it.
Yeah.
to be honest.
100%.
Yeah. Well, and also
Yeah.
I want to just to clarify my question. That's certainly a behavior in men that you can take issue with, but it was more so preferences, standards, or boundaries that men have for women. So, for example, a preference for a guy might be like the body count one, or it might be guys who want girls with a really
Oh,
hourglass figure. It could be
okay,
something
now I
physical. It could be
understand.
something personality-wise. So,
preference-wise. like,
preference-wise,
what guys want out
like
of
guys who
girls.
want women
To be
maybe if
quieter.
they want women to adhere to their traditional gender roles, or they want
Yeah.
women who are more quiet, for example, or feminine or submissive. Are
Yeah,
there
submissiveness, I feel.
so you
is a big
take
thing.
you don't like that when a guy wants a woman who's submissive.
No, because I feel like it's demeaning. I think it's like they're like maybe like putting, like they're holding her to a standard that like it may not be like that for her. I don't know.
Do you think it's like they want to hold her to a standard, or it's because they know that a lot of girls like an assertive man?
Not necessarily. I think to each their own. I think that these girls, I mean, can pick a, you know, standard for themselves and either be super dominant or super, you know, not dominant, and that's okay for them. I mean, it shouldn't be like a standard you hold to someone, you know.
I feel like there's a
Yeah.
difference between controlling and assertive too.
It's true.
Some men
Yeah.
want a woman who will follow their lead,
Yeah.
Mhm.
We follow everything they say.
and some men don't care as much about it. Like I that's like very important to me. Like I definitely want a woman that would follow my lead. And if a girl doesn't want to do that, we're obviously not right for each other.
What do you mean, a girl that follows your
Yeah.
lead?
I mean, does it need to be explained?
Yeah.
Kind of, yes.
Because there's a
Yes.
fine line between controlling her and like being assertive towards her and being like, we're
Like,
gonna
do you-
do this.
Would you want her to be independent, do her own thing too, or do you want her to mainly just
No,
like?
I mean she can have her own stuff if she wants, but like when this is one of the core values that I want for like my household and my family is like I want to be like the leader and the authority of the household, right? So like if there's a big decision, obviously I'm going to talk it out with my wife, but like ultimately the responsibility for everything that happens to my family is going to fall on me as a man.
So you
And
want to be the head?
Yeah, I want
Gotcha.
to be the head of my household.
And guess what? That's the way it's been for ages, but look at what the world is turning into because women, or even worse, the state, take the lead of the household. When men cheat, it's outrageous and the internet goes mad. Some people even are the people celebrities cheat on with and show it off.
I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off because I've retaken this like 10 times now. Essentially, I was having an affair with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model. At the time, you know, I was young, I was naive, and I mean, quite frankly, I feel exploited. I wasn't
pause
in
it.
the scene, like,
Okay, so far, no accountability, right? young and naive. And by the way, according to some news reports on this, like it happened a year ago. So she's still the same age, basically. Maybe it was even sooner. And then she said, I don't know if you caught it, guys. She said she was exploited. Exploited. Okay, the fuck. So yeah, zero accountability, pretty typical. Anyways, continue.
I am now. So I was definitely very easily manipulated. Maroon 5 is practically elevator music at this point, so I'm sure you know who Adam Levine is. But Adam and I were seeing each other for about a year. After I stopped talking to him over, a period of months, this is how he came back into my life. He said, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious. I was like, I'm in hell. Like, I have to be in hell at this point. I mean, my morals were unknowingly compromised. I was completely manipulated. I'm gonna handle this privately.
Pause it.
I never want.
Okay. So there's a lot there. We'll go back to it in a sec, but her morals were unknowingly compromised. What? Completely manipulated.
I don't get that. Like she kept I watched like that whole video earlier and she just like brought up manipulation like the whole time. And it was
This is like a bingo card for victim mentality. Go ahead, continue with the rest of the video. I'll finish it off.
To come forward because obviously I know the implications that come with doing what I do, making money the way I do, and being an Instagram model. So being tied to a story like this, it's like I know the stereotypes. I had sent some screenshots recklessly to a few friends I thought I trusted, and one of them had attempted to sell to a tabloid. So here I am.
All right, we're gonna open it up to you guys if you want to give your reaction or your thoughts on this situation.
I feel like there was just like a better way she could have handled it, like because she keeps talking about like obviously she has like a known like name in like whatever industry she's in, and so like for her to go out of the way to like post that on social media and just like embarrass like Adam's wife when there was a total way this could have like been handled privately. And I feel like the whole clout chasing idea, like I think that is totally 100% like maybe not in the front of her mind but in the back of her head, like clout is the biggest motivation here.
I think she had also mentioned that she was going public with it because someone was like threatening her with screenshots.
Oh yeah, because she had shared it with her friends, and then one of her friends was trying to sell it to a tabloid.
So I feel like she was trying to kind of like not seem guilty because like she had to say it either way because she thought like someone was gonna like sell it and it was gonna be exposed. So she was trying to like make the best of it, but I don't know, it just kind of sounds like an excuse. I don't think it's that hard to know like that he was married.
Yeah.
Would a tabloid even? I mean, he is kind of famous.
He's like
pretty famous.
I feel like he's really. Famous.
Pretty. I mean, he did play at the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Is like super famous.
Yeah, but like
what? But his like
does anyone
his
care?
fame is like rooted from like it's not like a TikToker fame. It's like rooted fame from like years ago.
No, I'm familiar with him. Just to me, it's like, does anyone care about is his relationship in the tabloids? Like, who cares?
Yeah,
I don't know. Though. Like, oh, well, I don't know. I could be wrong, but Aline, do you want to give your take on this or no comment?
I mean, none of my business, honestly. That's just my stuff.
Okay. Anybody else? Any take?
I think that she was 100% doing it for attention because how do you not know when he has a wife when you could Google it?
Yeah. And the manipulation thing, like what?
Yeah, obviously he wasn't manipulating you.
Like, girl.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Finally, some common sense among the panel members. That homewrecker victimizes herself instead of admitting that she's been a side chick. Insane. With all the goddamn information out there, it's crazy that still women go out there, become a side chick, and then complain about being exploited. Make it make sense, especially now that she's destroyed a marriage. But anyways guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video guys. Till next time.